How protective, flexible should you be of your younger siblings, nieces, nephews' freedom? You wanna guide them, but you also want them to enjoy their life.
That's a sticky
Yeah,
one, man.
that's
a sticky one.
yeah.
It's a very good question.
Very good question.
I'm the youngest, innit? I'm the
Same,
youngest of
same.
4. So the closest I can relate to this is I've got a couple nephews, thankfully. They're not of the age yet where I feel like I can give them any guidance. One of them's just gotten into high school, so I feel like he's going to be my first real test, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But my brother, growing up, what my brother done, he would always guide me to do things that he knew maybe was my weakness. So for example, I was always like, growing up I was always an introvert, for example. Always like I said, you guys know this, but I was overweight, whatever. And one of the things that I found really interesting was drama. I always found drama interesting.
Yeah, so fun.
And I wanted to choose it in GCSEs. My parents were a bit hesitant because in the Arab culture it's kind of like, what drama, like what, you want to be an actor or whatever. But for me it was just more of a way to express myself, to get to know people, to kind of build a rapport, like come out my comfort zone, innit?
Yeah.
And they spoke to my brother and he was like, bruv, like let him do it for sure. Like that's something like he should really be pushed to do that.
Shout out to your brother for that.
Yeah, man. So it's not like, obviously, technically speaking or traditionally speaking, whatever, drama isn't seen as the sickest route. You know, you might be, if he's saying protective, then if you're coming from a background where you don't really like them free mixing and you don't really like them talking to girl and whatever it is, yeah, drama isn't the best thing for that. But I got pushed towards it because it made me, do you get me? It made me come out my shell.
Confident.
Yeah. So don't do something. Look at their view and trust them in it. I'd say trust them, because it doesn't mean he's gonna, bro. Like kids are gonna do dumb stuff anyway, bro. You're gonna be in school. You're gonna have your first crush. You're gonna have your first heartbreak. There's no way you can stop them from that. Innit? There's no matter what you do, there's no way you're gonna stop them from that. So trust them a little bit, innit? Let them learn from their mistakes sometimes as well.
For sure. I feel as much as you can guide someone or frankly even tell someone, whether that's your partner or sibling or nephew or niece, bro, I believe ultimately, especially with the kind of like society we're living in now, you know, social media, it's 2020, bro, like I just remember when I was growing up, 15, 16, 17, hearing stories of like 13-year-old girls giving birth and you know, falling pregnant, etc. No judgment, of course. It's just something. Is the mic alright?
Yeah, it's all good.
I feel you can only do what you can do. Sometimes you just gotta leave them to it. Does that make sense? For sure, if they're under the age of 18, do your best to keep tabs. Sometimes you do have to be a bit sly. You get me? Like, for example, from working in phone shops and stuff in the past, I know, let's say the phone contract is in my name, but I've given the phone to my nephew or niece. There's certain restrictions that I can put on that they can't control, because technically it's my contract to my phone. But as you mentioned, free mixing, you know, you're scared that they might get involved in, like, you know, going on dates, having girlfriends, boyfriends.
Bro, you live in London,
you know,
though, innit? Like, or whatever. You live in the UK.
Whatever, like, you know what I'm saying?
Be realistic a little
like,
bit.
oh, I don't want them to have any physical touch before marriage, or, you know, hijab, whatever it may be. Obviously, I'm not going to be ignorant. Not everyone watching this comes from a Muslim Islamic background. So your
or could be protection from, you know, the bad side, the road, whatever. Could be.
I believe when people are told what to do, we naturally as humans like to resist. Is that the right term?
Yeah.
So if you give guidance to someone, like for example, I'll give a really simple example for the viewers. Me and you do Hate Squared. Let's say you're hella busy one week and you say to me, yo bro, with this content coming out, we need XYZ done. I'm going to do XYZ, and Haydar, I need you to do XYZ by this day, and we give each other a deadline. Like, you've done your bit in it. You trust me as your brother, you trust me as your, you know, as a co-host of Hate Squared, etc. At the end of the day, bro, it's up to me and my values and who I am as a person to ensure that I'm delivering. Obviously, that's a very minor example when it comes to your nephew or your niece, but I feel like when they understand the reasoning behind something, it's more important than wear this, don't
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
to
yeah.
her, don't speak to him, because if you do this, you're gonna go hell, you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
burn. And if you, bro,
Yeah.
don't instill fear as a way of making them do something.
Yeah, I'd say be a friend to them, innit? Be a close friend. Be someone they can come and chat to you
Mm-hmm.
like more than anyone else. Because if you, all right, let me put it this way: if you can't be their friend and you can't be their home and you can't be that person for them, they're gonna find that elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get me? They're gonna run away from you
Mm.
because you're so judgmental and so this and so that,
Mm.
and they're gonna find it elsewhere. And that's when it's not in your hands. That's where it could be.
Mm.
Do you get me? The shotter, the big boy. That's where it could be some girl that's gonna ruin his life or some guy that's gonna ruin
Or
her
some
life.
stranger online.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you get me? That they can vent to and then they meet up and it's great. Like, be that person and understand that you were once young. You needed guidance.
Mm.
Guide them. Be friendly with them.
Mm.
But like I said, like Hader said as well, don't be that brother that's just, oh, bro, you have to do this and you have to do that. Like you said, explain why, explain the reasoning, and let them feel like comfortable around you, innit? And then that way they'll respect your word a lot more. So that when you say something, they'll know it's for their benefit.
For sure.
Do you get
Just
me?
last thing before we close on this, and I've said it for many years. I've seen like, you know, those questions on Twitter, why is our generation XYZ like so heartbroken all the time and stuff? It's because the internet, in my opinion, has, I feel people escape their real life insecurities
Yeah.
and they look for closure online.
Yeah.
How many times have you mentioned it, Hussein? People who are absolute introverted, shy little
Yeah.
mice in real person. Not that there's anything wrong with being a shy person or an introvert,
Yeah.
but online, they're
The most
loud
confident,
mouth,
yeah.
posting this, thousands of followers and
Yeah.
retweets, and you're just like, that's great, that's sick, but like, you can kind of tell. Every time I refresh my feed, I'm always like, you're living too much on this, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like you don't want to be in a position where, God forbid, your son, your daughter, your nephew, your niece, your cousin, whatever it may be, is being raised by the data on their phone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
that's where everything goes downhill, man.